Nation, we here, baby. Two are fired, and I'm fired up. I'm ready for this, man. There's a story to be told, and a little bit of humility on my part, but man, I'm jacked. I'm jacked and can't wait. D. Nightwalker, Raiders all day, baby. Michael Guerrero, salute night. Have a great show. Go Raiders. Michael Guerrero, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. I know there's other people on. There's been people on all day, bringing the heat, dropping the news. And that's a little bit of story time for me. And it ain't no better time than right now. My schedule's brutal, y'all. Oh man. I went live last night. Great show. I really appreciate all the support, all the love and support from everybody, man. I love doing this, dude. To the point where I tend to have flashbacks of yesteryears when I would just jump on every bit of news, constantly hitting Twitter, constantly hitting Google, whatever I had to do to try to get the latest news and just be on top of things, man. And last night, just my whole life has changed, right? Like, I love doing this, man. This is my passion. It always has been. Podcasting, doing all this stuff, dude. I love this stuff, bro. Right? But I had a new calling, and that's at Valley Center for the Blind and working with my peeps, y'all. And, you know, I work a busy schedule. I'm training for a trip to kind of support my other adventure, Independently Blind, to bring content to that channel. And man, I was in bed like by 9 o'clock, dude. 9 o'clock, I'm out. My kids were in. I'm good. And I missed the party. It happened at 10 p.m. and I woke up and I was like, dang, I'm gonna be honest, it was the first time I was like, yo, it's different for me, right? I'm not here to break the news. I'm here to review the news. And I had to humble myself and come to the understanding that there is so many YouTube creators right now that have been putting in the hard work, even in my absence, dude. And look, it is what it is. And to me, it's a whole different world, right? I have my 8 to 5. I have my nonprofit that's not a nonprofit, so to speak, yet, that I'm working on, that I'm trying to build up and help others. So those mean a lot to me, and this is a part of that. So, you know, shout out to everybody who covered and has been rooting on Raider Nation as we enter into a new era once again of Raider football. So to kick things off, everyone, welcome to another episode of Night of the Shield. I'm your host, the Oakland Knight, a.k.a. The Knight, a.k.a. The Blind Jedi. Call me what you will. You are watching the Las Vegas Raiders News Review right here, brought to you by Independently Blind Studios, where I educate, advocate, motivate, and inspire those going through sight loss to be motivated and inspired to live their best life, to live an active, healthy lifestyle, chase their dreams, overcome their obstacles, and live their best life. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off. If you're here, please hit that like button on your way in. And if you're new here, man, please think about hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be updated every time I go live. So, with that said, the news drops last night that McDum and Ziegler, to boot, get fired. And we talked a lot about, you know, what that may look like. And I have my hunches. There's been no confirmed report of what, when, why, or how Mark Davis finally came to this decision. But I think the pressure has been building. There's been reports that even just within a month ago, he was talking about, hey, you have the whole 3 years that I was telling you about, right? And all of a sudden he changed his mind. Somebody got a hold of Mark, woke him up, livened up the party, let him know that, come on, dude. After what you saw the last 2 weeks, and I think I know what the catalyst to all this, my personal opinion of the catalyst to all of this was Davante Adams. It's pretty damn obvious if you ask me. A lot of reports dropped yesterday about Davante possibly and his team asking for a trade, that he wanted out. Nothing was moved. There was no way in hell they were going to move on from Davante. That might even been a statement from Mark Davis. And now he's got one of his prize pieces, right? There's 3 prize pieces on this football team: Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, and Max Crosby. Pick any order you want. I personally go Max Crosby, Devontae, and Josh. That's how I would look at it. Pick your poison, whatever floats your boat. It's the reality, right? To have Devontae that upset. Devontae's been upset all season. He threw his helmet on the sideline. He was visibly upset. They had all these meetings and nothing was changed. He was missed 2 or 3 times, 3 or 4 times, whatever it was, in the game, wide open. The quarterback couldn't even give him the football. I don't know if there needed to be a conversation. I think that Mark knew he had to put out some fires and put out some fires quick. And shout out to Mark Davis, man. I know a lot of people give him a bad time. And look, sometimes you have to make mistakes to grow, especially if you're green and you're admitting that this is not your bag, right? But he knows what a championship looks like now. He knows what it's going to take. And he also knows that he ain't seeing it. He's just not seeing it. So he manned up. He really manned up, and he made a tough call. See, it's easy for us as fans to sit back and just be like, you know what? It's not my money. Do it, Mark. But there was a lot that he had to take into consideration, right? It doesn't matter if you have the money, dude. That's his money, dude. That's his livelihood, right? He's going to be paying millions and millions of dollars times 2 now to move on from these 2 jabronis. And yes, it's his mistake. He should own it. He should man up, pay it, and deal with it. I'm going to get to the chat, guys. I really want to get through what I got to say so I don't mix it up, and then we're going to hang out and have a good time and talk some things. There's a lot to unravel here, and I definitely want to hear what y'all got to say today about this whole thing, right? But shout out to Mark for making that commitment, right? Because we also obviously talk about, hey, just win, baby. We ain't seeing that. Commitment to excellence, we ain't seeing that. Giving up on these guys after signing John Gruden to a 10-year contract that they negotiated, right? Now you're into another 6 years. It's been reported it was 6 years. And now you're eating 4.5 of it. Eating the money. Took it on the chin and been like, you know what? If I'm going to say the words and be committed to excellence, a part of committing to excellence is know when you're wrong and willing to pay the price. And Mark is doing that. So if you like him, love him, hate him, whatever your thing might be with Mark, respect the man for owning his mistake, moving on, and paying the ultimate price, which is coming out of his bank account regardless. Now, good news is it's not affecting our cap. This doesn't go against our cap. We're not burning any of this money, right? It's just out of his pocket. And I mentioned that last night. We were talking about, I even said it would make more sense to move on from Ziegler and from McDaniels than to sit here and start moving on from Devontae, moving on from Hunter, and eating all this dead cap money. Because that's going to hurt your team in the long run. Moving on from these 2 guys, yeah, it hurts your pocket, but it solidifies your cap at least. Now, we have a whole Jimmy Garoppolo situation that has come unfold here. He's being benched, bringing in AOC. I want to talk about AOC. I want to talk about Antonio Pierce. I want to talk about Champ Kelly. I want to talk about all of this because all of this matters. There's a lot going on and what makes sense moving forward. Now, we have plenty of time. We have half a season to watch this develop and see what Antonio Pierce brings to the table. There's a couple of things I truly like about Antonio Pierce and his presser. We'll go over that as well. A lot to digest. So let me jump in the chat, say what's up to everybody, and we'll start breaking this stuff down because it's a lot. D Nightwalker, I've already said what's up, my brother. Michael Guerrero, Ray Gonzalez, see you in the house, brother. Welcome. Raider, salute nation. NorCal Raider Jesse, good to see you, brother. I hope everything's good. Salute night, salute to you. In fact, guys, here, probably by the end of this week, because there's going to be a lot of transitioning things happening, I really want to try to set up mods. And a lot of you guys that I'm reading off, I really would love for you guys to be mods. And I will be setting that up sometime this week. Raider John, what's up, my brother? Text me. I saw your text late, dude, but I appreciate that, dude. Like, I was fired up. Raider John, it's the old school doing things. It's the old way of doing things. 100%, dude. Like, you take it on the chin. You move on. Money doesn't matter when you're trying to win and build something that's worth watching, period, even as an owner. And it was necessary. John, you know, if he wouldn't have done that when he did, it would have been even a longer few more weeks, or the rest of the season would have got really ugly. NorCal Redder Jesse, salute to Michael Guerrero. Salute everybody. Fire Bros in the house. Night, hello. What's going on, Fire Bro? Welcome, my brother. Fire Bro, all your wishes were granted. 100%. 100%. You should have asked for $1 million too. Well, then I would be less obligated maybe to show up and do. I would still do these shows, man. I'd probably be doing them all day. I'd probably run a 3-hour show a day if I had to be honest. If the world was to bless me with the ability to have that kind of time that I once did before, I literally would do a 3-hour show a day, like a radio show, right? 3 hours is usually what a radio show lasts, except for this one. You know, it'd be a little different. It'd just be us and the boys hanging out. Ray Gonzalez, safest part of all of this. Let's see. Whoop. The safest part of all of this is Chandler is still texting Ziegler and McDaniels to let him in on the to let him into the building. He's still asking, hey guys, can I still play Sunday? Ray Gonzalez, liking the swag. AP, oh my gosh, dude, like he said all the right things, and we're gotta get into that, right? Because I want to calm the hype a little bit, right? To bring to the locker room. This is exactly what we need, though, right? We need that guy that's going to bring the energy, bring the pain, bring the excitement, especially in a time where everybody was like, whoa, right? And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more people happy than they're going to let on to be. And this guy's can bring that energy together into practice and on the field on Sunday, but he has to be able to contain that energy as well. And us as fans, I know we're all excited. We wanted this regime to be moved on. They're gone. Antonio Pierce is here. Champ Kelly's in the house. But at the same time, it's easy to get excited about what we don't know. And we got to talk about this much further than what I'm about to say. But just for right now, let's just remember, this is a guy's opportunity. He's inexperienced in a lot of ways, especially with the NFL, but also comes with a lot of experience at the same time. Let's lower the expectations just a bit. Right? I think he's making some great calls. He's doing some great things. He's being aggressive. He's being honest and upfront. He's talking all the right lingo. From Compton, California, grew up a Raider fan, was rocking that Raider hat in the NWA. He said all the right things, right, to get this nation and get this fan base fired up. And I believe that was a lot to do with how Mark Davis feels about not only his football team, but about his fan base. And take note into that. Take note into that. I know he wanted that a lot. He wants the fans to be happy. He wants the fans to at least respect him, right? Nick 209, regime is gone, but damage has been done. And Nick, you're hitting the nail on the head once again tonight. There's a lot of damage that needs to be repaired. And that's not going to happen in 8 or 9 games. It's just not. Right now, it's survival of the fittest. It's about showcasing your talent on the football field, making sure whether it's you that gets to carry the torch forward into the future and show the will to win, or for the next guy to have some really good stuff on tape that he could diagnose and find out what he wants moving forward. And I've already started putting up a list. I don't know if we'll have time tonight to get into what some of the prospects that I think that would be great for this organization moving forward. But I will let you in on a little insight. Antonio Pierce, even though he's inexperienced, he has a great opportunity to showcase exactly what I would like to see, and he comes at a reasonable price. Now, I'm not talking this year. Even if you were to extend the man, outside of the fact if by some odd miracle he coaches us into the playoffs. Now, I know I've heard some people already say that, and look, anything is possible. Don't give up. We're Raider fans. We're always going to find and talk about what it's going to take to win week in and week out. But let that all play out. But minus that, you're not going to have to pay high dollar for Antonio Pierce to be your head coach. What you're looking for, what I'm personally looking for, okay, is a guy that can lead men, a guy that can motivate men, a guy that gets, the players fired up and gets them wanting to come in here and put in 100% every single day. A guy that's going to go out and command some respect from other people around the league. He's got Bo Hargree right now that he's going to be given an opportunity to. He's going to give him the offense. Already got Patrick Graham in the house. He said it today in his presser. Hey, it's time to release the change. He's trying to fire these guys up. He's trying to bring a new energy, right? So he likes what he's been seeing, but it's time to even take it to the next level. He's really trying to dig into the emotions and feeling and power of this football team, which is great. A guy that's going to let the offensive coordinator do his job, the defensive coordinator do his job, and his job is to contain the troops, manage the game, and just keep motivating and inspiring and pushing things forward, which is a style that I adore. It's what I implement at work. It's what I implement in Independently Blind and what I tried to bring to this channel. Nothing but positivity and motivation. Hey, we'll talk the hard talks. We'll have the discussions that we don't always necessarily want to have, like we've been having for the past 2 or 3 weeks, saying, let's move forward. Let's move on. That time has come. Let's put it to rest. Let's keep things positive. Let's help Antonio Pierce motivate this team by backing everything that we can. There's nothing really for us to bitch or complain about. I'm be honest. That Patrick Graham coach his way in to the future or coach his way out of here. It don't matter at this point. Support, support, support. That's where we're at. That's our job as Raider Nation right now. Support the man, find the positivity, help him inspire this team to improve. Cuban Raider, what's up? Back to the Raider way. Well said, Cuban Raider. Back to the Raider way. Jimmy Neutron is in the house. What's going on, brother? I'm so happy, dude. All of us are flying high. I got last night, man, I passed out. I woke up and I was just speechless, man. All these videos, all these things. I wanted to be a part of it so bad, but I had to go do the 8 to 5. But I'm here right now, brother. Let's party. Let's see. Also, I feel kind of bad for Jimmy. It was not his fault. Not fully his fault. I get where you're going with this, for being under a failure system. And again, there's two sides of that coin, brother. Like, honestly, in one aspect, I get what you're saying. You're talking about a coach that does not want to coach to his team's level. He doesn't want to adapt his system to fit his players. So in that sense, you're exactly right. He just figured him and Jimmy could pick up where they left off and everything's going to be smooth sailing. That wasn't the case. The other part of the coin, bro, is Jimmy can't help his body fatigue, so to speak, right? He's aged. He's been hurt a lot. He may even be hurt now. His physical capabilities weren't where they probably were even 2 or 3 years ago. And let's be honest, he was average at best to begin with. So I do feel sorry for Jimmy in those aspects, but I hope Jimmy understands that they're not playing around. They've already announced AOC is going to be the quarterback moving forward. So Jimmy's going to have to find that humility once again and step up and really help this kid and be a part of this thing moving forward and not hold it back. So, and I think Jimmy's a stand-up dude, and I think Jimmy understands, and I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy himself may be ready to retire, but we'll wait and see. Ray Gonzalez. There was video of Mark Davis walking into, I didn't get to watch this last night, so I hope you're going to give me some more intel on this, brother. Walking into the locker room after the Lions game. He must have felt the vibe. More than the vibe, he's been hearing it from us. He's been hearing it from some of the players. He could tell the energy was low. Seeing Devontae throw his helmet down, seeing what some of these guys were saying, Josh Jacobs saying it's not my job, and you could just totally tell the air was out of that locker room. It's done, especially from an offensive perspective. And if you look at what they did this past weekend, right? This defense, look, it doesn't come without its faults, right? We know it has to improve its run defense, primarily tackling, right? And really staying true to their assignments and containments. There were certain plays that happened in that Lions game that was just really great plays by the young running back, to be honest with you. He did some great cutbacks. He ran with power and speed. So I'll give credit where credit's due, but there was a lot of missed tackles once again, and there was a lot of missed assignments once again. Both, primarily we got affected by the run game, right? We know that's our biggest weakness right now. Outside of, we could probably bump up our sacks, but this is a defense that went out there and got 3 turnovers. The first turnover was given right back. Jimmy gave it right back to him in the next play, right? These guys had this team held down to 9 points when Josh Jacobs ran in for a touchdown. They gave us every opportunity to take control of that game. And Josh McDaniels was going to sit up there and tell you, well, execution, execution, execution. And he has the players trained to say the same thing so they don't get in trouble, right? Well, we all have to execute our way and we all make mistakes. Yeah, everybody makes mistakes, yo. Like that's why it's a team sport. You have 11 people on the field at one time trying to work as one unit. It's very, very rare that happens. And when it does, usually big things happen, right? That's why big plays are not common all the time in a football game. That's why it takes multiple times, 3 downs, first downs. You're looking for that moment where it all clicks and it happens. And usually it turns into a long touchdown run, a long touchdown pass. Otherwise you're just looking for as many people to do their job as possible, be at the right place at the right time, march down the field and make it into points. That's the way this game's played. And Josh takes it too seriously, and it's been his scapegoat for way too long now, and Raider Nation was sick of it. And his offense was sick of it. It's like a real low-key way of throwing your team under the bus, but then at the end throwing in, oh, me too. Yeah, you too, Josh. And I think a lot of people that kept saying stuff about execution and it's not my job, I think those were low blow shades at McDaniels that we weren't catching on to right away. Deep HTOV, great evening. Oh, yes. And a great day for Raider Nation. 100%. Let's see. I think I in the Raiders. And what I love most is that he got Ziegler and Lombardi as well. Lombardi would have been a problem. Lombardi was already a problem. His father was kind of an issue, right? That's where certain things were being leaked to kind of protect McDaniels' backside or Dave's backside, however you will. He would have been towing the line. He must have been connected them, obviously more than what we even knew, and they made the right call and took the plague completely out, especially from the offensive side of things, right? Lombardi had to go. McDaniels had to go. Let Bo come in. Let Bo try to implement. And let's go ahead and try this real quick. I want to get to Jason Rader. Jason Rader, what's up, bro? I want to get you this real quick, and then I want to say something about the offense and what I think is going to happen moving forward. At least I hope. Sup, Jason. Sup, Jason. I loved the presser. I loved it too, man. AP is a perfect fit. Go Raiders. He is a perfect fit from a emotional standpoint. He really brings in the energy and the perspective of the Raider Nation, 100%. The mystique, the culture, the history. He's buying all in. He's the first coach to ever take this job outside of Gruden, right, that ever sold that he understood the mystique and understood the history of the Raiders. This guy gets it. I am rooting for him, but he's got a lot to prove and a little time to do it. Which brings me to the whole Bo Hargree and the offense that we might see moving forward. Now, in my personal opinion, you don't want to rock the boat too much with the rookie quarterback. You want to keep a lot of the plays intact as far as how they're called, maybe the options, but you just kind of change the philosophy in the sense that don't put so much pressure on the pre-snap. Have a couple of, get him an arm band that he could read some plays on and audible to certain plays and certain routes versus, making it all about this play has 100 different concepts and however you see it and read it, your hot reads changed. Get rid of all of that, right? Simplify it to a certain point, call audibles and direct plays, run, pass, and then start disguising some of the looks of these plays, right? Put in some more motion. Those things should be able to be implemented easy. He doesn't need to create a whole new offense right away. We're in a short week. So I promise you're going to see a lot of Josh McDaniel-esque type plays being called. It would make the most sense. But the thing that you could do quick in a hurry is change protection, change the way the plays look, play to your strengths, not to your weaknesses, and try to figure it out week in and week out. And a great opportunity against a team that's struggling to figure some of this stuff out. Raider John, Devontae pulled a Magic Johnson. Dude, I didn't even think about that. Magic Johnson on McDaniels. It was a good chess move on his part. 100%. 100%. Like he again, true professional, right? He could have used his popularity, his pull around the league, even his pull with the nation to come out and really burn this whole thing down from the inside out. And instead, he methodically moved his way around, made his statements, as subtle as they were. A lot of people calling him a diva, and some of those moves might have been a bit of diva. I said that myself, but I also said I didn't think he did it in a bad way. I think it was a good diva move, right? I said that. Go back and listen to when we talked about Devontae Adams. It's okay, dude. He's a football player. They're all divas. I thought he handled himself like a true professional. I think he stood up for the right things, and he did it in a way where he wasn't the voice that burned the house down. Not directly anyway. He could have used the media. He could have used his social media. He could have put the spotlight all on him, and he did not do that. Raider7528, what's up, brother? What's up? What's up, dude? Hey, it's a good time, a good change of pace. This is the first time that I'm actually excited that we're starting over, you know, and that's a whole nother conversation, right? Because that's going to be a road that we have to travel down. Raider7528, the number one issue with this team each year is management. 100%. Our priority before any more is to finally find us a legit GM. And that's the other thing. So thank you for bringing that up, Raider7528, because we talked about the offensive coordinator position and what that may look like moving forward. We talked about the defense, some of the things that Antonio Pierce was talking about, how I feel like Antonio Pierce's role is perfect for what we need right now. He's there to manage the game. He's there to motivate and inspire these players. He's not going to be meddling and changing things himself. He is there just to be a leader, something he's very good at. So I like that. It's a great start. So now if you look on the opposite side of him, they bring in Champ Kelly, a guy who's already familiar with the scouting department. And I don't believe his job is going to be very hard moving forward. Don't know what him and Mark Davis's conversations were, if he's to already start putting together a list of what his plan would be. And he's got the first and up close and personal opportunity to put a list together to present to Mark Davis towards the end of the season on his bid to become the GM. And, you know, is this another situation where Antonio Pierce and Champ Kelly are tied together at the hip too, meaning they're taking this on together? Or can Champ implement himself in a way and go out and find candidates that he could bring to Mark Davis and be like, these would be guys that I would ask you to take a look at and talk to? Champ Kelly has some connections around the league himself. He was up, and we had interviewed him for the GM job before it was given to Dave. I always thought it was odd to begin with that he came on as an assistant GM, but I think it suits us well as far as kind of knowing where we went wrong and where we went right and trying to right the ship without tearing this whole thing apart. But I wouldn't just give him to it for that reason, right? You got to give this guy something else to present. He's got to have a plan, a vision, and a way to execute it moving forward. So it's going to be interesting to see what his role truly is halfway through the season. The trade deadline is passed. Everything is future related at this point. So he's probably here to really work with player and personnel and gain confidence and get some type of understanding of where we're at and where we need to go. Jason Rader. What's up, Raider John? Hey, dude. Let's see. This might be to him. Hey, dude, I was watching you and Jason at the bonfire 10 years ago. Let me see this, man. You guys go way back. This good shit. Like, hey, bro, there's so much to that story, but that was the first time Raider John and I met, was at the bonfire. We got to kick it, dude. That is my brother from another mother. Me and him clicked from day one. We would meet up when he'd come to Oakland. We'd be kicking it with Night of the Shield Booster Club. He'd swing through. We'd have a drink. We'd kick it, him and his brother. And John is a real one. Let me just tell you that. John is a real one. And that day when we first met, your boy Knight was litty hard, dude. Like, I blacked out towards the end of that night, but it was awesome. Salute to Jason Rader. Let's see. Salute Raider John. Let's see. Are we good? We got Rodney Jackson up in the house. Rodney, welcome back. What's up, Knight? What's up, brother? I've been a fan. Whoop. It jumped on me. Just give me a second. I'll get to it. I've been a fan since the 1970s. Welcome, brother. Me too. Glad to see McDaniels gone, but we need stability. This is Mark Davis's time to get it right. This time, your thoughts? 100%, Rodney, and I'm glad you brought that up because it can bring me to the other part of this that I want to talk about. And look, this is going to be a conversation we're going to be having not only for the rest of the year, but heading into all offseason, right? As this thing really starts to unfold and heat up. But in my opinion, no, it's tough to say it's time for Mark Davis to get it right. This ain't, it's hit and miss, right? Sometimes you never know. Someone will tell you this would be a great pickup. The league respects him. A lot of people were in his head the last time telling him, hey, Dave's interesting and he could get McDaniels. And now people are starting to say it was the fact that he could get McDaniels that gave Dave Ziegler the job to begin with. So in my opinion, there's a lot of different ways that Mark Davis could go. He can go a proven route, right? And this was brought up on many shows today that I was watching as I was doing my own research, and it was Jim Harbaugh. We talked about him last night. I said some pretty harsh things about, I don't know if it was last night or the show before, but either way, I said what I said about Jim Harbaugh, and I stand by it, right? There's to a certain degree, but I will admit that the guy has been a success everywhere he went, and he's been a quick turnaround guy. So Mark Davis could try to go down that route, but here's the thing. Here's the thing that we have to understand, and only Mark Davis knows how deep his pockets truly are, but he's got to pay 4.5 years contracts times 2, right? Times 2. And he moved on, but now he's got to financially really make sure that all of his I's are dotted and T's are crossed. He's got a ton of bills. He may have a lot of money, but he's got a ton of bills, right? So he's got to negotiate his way into a point where he decides what he wants to spend. John Harbaugh comes at a higher price than anybody else that he can go and get right now, most likely, right? And he's got a pedigree. Can you trust that pedigree continues to move forward? There's a good chance. And if he has the money, then, maybe that's a true conversation that needs to be had, and find a GM to work with that, right? That's number one. So you're right. This is the things that he's got to figure out. The other thing would be to find a team manager, so to speak, a guy like Antonio Pierce, who's getting his audition right now. Can Antonio Pierce come in here? Can he gather the troops? Can he motivate them? Can he inspire them? Can he change this thing around and make it look halfway decent as we go throughout the season? And then you got a guy that could go out and get an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator, and he just manages the football team. He does football decisions. He motivates the team. He gets the energy and a vision, and he makes sure that that's being sought out. But all the pressure's on his coordinator, all the pressure's on his defensive coordinator, and he can just sit back and just manage the game. It intrigues me, and he would probably come in, like I said, unless he takes his team to the playoffs and does something remarkable, he's not going to break the bank. Or you go back and you build up another team and you start interviewing all these, retreads or young talent that comes in. My thoughts, bro, honestly, if you got the money, spend it. You got the money, spend it. But you got to make sure, dude, and this is the problem, right? Is he getting cold feet? Is Jim Harbaugh the right move? History and his record and his pedigree and his family says yes. But can you ask a man to understand your situation and set up a contract that protects you? Highly doubt it. It really comes down to money, bro. If he doesn't have the money to make a bold move like that moving forward, then, I would honestly look at not so much an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator, but someone that can really have a plan to say, I'm not going to be meddling, that is proven can manage the game and manage an offense, or manage the game and manage the defense. A guy that could just do it all, because that was one of the biggest problems too. McNumbnuts couldn't do nothing. D. Nightwalker, even if we don't win another game this season, at least we know we have hope. And again, we're back to where we need to be, right? Thank you, Mark. And that's all we needed at this point. And I have another statement to make too. And it's another deep conversation. I said it 100 times, and I know I have to address it. And it's the quarterback, and we'll get to it here in a second. Ray Gonzalez, no more you know, at the presser. You know what? And that was the other thing that I really enjoyed about listening to Antonio Pierce today is he talked with so much confidence. He was straightforward. He wasn't trying to hide or talk his way around anything. He was just straight up. And you could tell when someone's being real because of that. There's no pause. There's no stuttering. There's no eye or head movement. Go back and watch it. He's looking straight at everybody and he's answering the question honestly and straight up. I really loved it. It was a great interview today by both men. Jimmy Neutron, I'm super happy, but I kind of feel bad for Jimmy. Thoughts? It's not his fault. Man, did it jump back? Because I know you did that before. Hold on here. Like the thoughts. The glory days. Years and will like to see. I think that I answered that earlier, Jimmy Neutron, if that's a double. Really don't want to leave anybody out. Like, yeah, because I think I didn't jump the thing. So I talked about Jimmy G, and it's not, I don't feel bad for him, to be honest with you. It's football. It's business, okay? You got an opportunity from a coach that's no longer here. He backed you all the way. You look a little hurt. You're throwing interceptions constantly. I don't feel bad. It's part of the game. Father Time caught up to you. It's time to hang the cleats up. He's getting paid. You can't feel sorry for someone who's getting paid $30 million, right? It's hard for me to feel sorry for him. Rodney Jackson, I lived through the glory day years and I would like to see us at least compete 100%. And I believe there's enough talent if they could find a way just to do the little things right. And the way that this defense have given us opportunities, I do believe that we have a chance to win a few games. Salute, brother, from Life of the Nation. Life of the Nation. Welcome, brother. Salute, brother. Salute. Much love. Much love to you, brother. Welcome, welcome. Sam Tanaka's in the house. Sup, night. Sup, Tanaka. Appreciate you, brother. Raider 7528 at Raider John. Ziegler did one thing right. This ought to be good. They got rid of Carr. And, that's the other issue that I keep hearing in certain podcasts throughout the nation right now is everything's got to go back to McDaniels and Carr. And I'll state it one more time. It came up in last night's show. Shout out to, I believe it's KR or KP that was here. He was a real passionate Carr fan. And obviously, a lot of us understand where we're at. Raider 7528 is basically saying, Carr's gone. Look, there's a time and place for everything. It was time for Carr to go. It's now time for McDaniels and Ziegler to go. I want to move past all of it. I want to just put it, it's all behind us, guys, right? All of that is behind us. What we need right now, and this is going to be a great segue for me to talk about the quarterback real quick. We need to find our next generational quarterback. And I think at this point, we've seen it time and time again that it's not good enough just to go after one. You got to have multiple opportunities. Right now, we have nothing. We have a fourth-round rookie quarterback that's getting ready to play the rest of the season to see what he's got. And I'm going to stand by my word. McDaniels is not the offensive coordinator anymore. Okay? This guy is your old-school, prototypical, tall, strong, going to stay in the pocket, not really mobile. I'm not saying he can't do it. There's a lot for us to learn and see about Aiden O'Connell in the next 9 games. But from what we've seen, he's got great mechanics, good release. Okay, that's great. But can that translate into victory? Because we have an opportunity in this next draft to go get a hybrid quarterback. And I've explained what I think is a hybrid quarterback. And it's in the prototype, yes, it is Patrick Mahomes. Doesn't have to be a fast runner. Doesn't have to be a running back 2.0 / quarterback 1.0. He needs to be a guy that can make throws from anywhere behind the line of scrimmage and run if necessary for necessary yards, not to run 80 yards. Okay. We need a quarterback that can just throw accurately. And I think we're at that point. Even if Aiden shows something, I think we need to go out and get one of these big guys. We need to sell the ship and go out and land us a true number one quarterback coming out of college and let them battle it out. But I honestly don't think Aiden O'Connell is our future, and I'm just being honest. Just being honest. Now, it's up to him to prove us wrong, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it because the guy did have good mechanics. He had a quick release, and he has a strong enough arm. But do I see the whole package on the way offenses are ran today? No, I don't. Jimmy Neutron, here we go. I feel a winning streak happening now. Jimmy Neutron, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Like, anything's possible. I think it's a great time to make the move because you do have the Giants. Daniel Jones will be back. They got Saquon Barkley. They have some players on defense. This team has struggled, but they've shown that they can compete. So it's not going to be 100% easy because we're going to be changing a lot of things. But the fact that I think the energy from this football team is going to be very high, if they make the right moves, especially from an offensive perspective, right? If they can find ways to protect Aiden O'Connell, get Josh Jacobs involved, push the ball down the field accurately, then I think there's a possibility that winning streak starts now. But we have a lot of tough games that I'm not sure that this team's going to be ready for. P-Dog's in the house. Woo! Happy days are here again, Raider Nation. 100% P-Dog. Want to keep Champ Kelly as GM no matter what. It wouldn't be a bad thing, and I kind of brought it up if anybody caught what I said about Champ Kelly. Look, I don't know what his role is. The trade deadline's over. The team is set. Like, there's going to be no real movement. You might be able to find some talent and manage player personnel as far as, people get hurt and things like that, managing the practice squad. There's definitely things that need to be constantly occurring in that role. But honestly, I think this is a great way for him to start creating his presentation to Mark Davis of why he should be the next GM of the future. So which you said, P-Dog, I get that, right? But what is that going to look like? Because he could shrink. He's the best chance that we would got to shrink that turnaround. If he could sell the idea of what he's looking for in a quarterback, what he wants to go after in the draft, who he's going to go after as a head coach, what his total vision is, right or wrong, right? You got like guys like Tyree Wilson, so to speak, right? He knows how that was a mess up. Can he correct that moving forward? Can he bring the people in to make sure Tyree becomes something and it's not just another busted pick of the first round? Also, can he keep this team together? Can he find a way to make sure that there's not a lot of turnover on the next guy coming in? Because that's what truly sets a team back, right? If you bring in a whole nother regime in here and they're like, nope, not my guy, and then they start just pulling out from all of these players, it gets really, really difficult. So, I am rooting for Champ Kelly for that reason, but, he's got to come up with the right game plan and present it to Mark Davis. And we won't know any of it. We'll just have to wait and see. Ray Gonzalez, it'll be quite telling if the O-line protects AOC better than Jimmy. Possibly. I mean, that could be, and that could just simply become from two things, right? Energy, just pure energy and belief in a new tomorrow. But the same offensive line coach is there, so we'll have to see how that plays itself out. But are they going to actually make some significant changes too? Not just to the scheme, but to some of the player personnel if they don't step up and manage the game right themselves. Don't want to see AOC getting destroyed. No, it's a career killer out there. It's a career killer. Just ask David Carr. That truly changed. Not only do I think it changed the trajectory of his career in general, but I think it's what really plagued his brother, Derek, someone that we were just talking about, because he saw his brother get destroyed. And it could be something that's always in his head as well. P-Dog 06, Devontae gets what trading. Devontae gets screwed. All right, I'm gonna start over, P-Dog, because I totally bombed and destroyed that. Devontae gets what Devontae wants. Screw trading our alpha dogs on offense and defense. Look, Mark ain't stupid. If Mark has shown anything, he's learned to have some really great business savvy about him, right? He's really talked his way into a lot of great things, right? He's a back-to-back champion as an owner of a women's basketball organization. That's something to be proud of. He knows what it looks like now. He knows what it feels like, and that's going to motivate him moving forward, right? And he knows that he has guys like Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams. He wants more Raider fans in the seats. He doesn't want these guys to go anywhere. These are what's going to help sell jerseys and everything moving forward. So I'm telling you right now, like, respect, right? Fire Bro saying what's up to Raider 7528. P Dog Dogs, I got you, bro. I figured it out for you. Clark Arroyo, what's up, brother? We are back on track. Well, we are back on the road. Let's see if we could stay there. That's the question that we all have, and we won't know that till next year. Lafayette, sup, Shield, what's up, brother? Now we're real Raiders. AOC is about to ball. I think AOC has an opportunity if they change the scheme just right, just to fit him right and push the ball downfield, that we could see some big things this week. P Dog, damn, auto spell. No, trust me, bro. Once again, you are talking to the king of voice over texting, and trust me, auto spell, auto correct, all that is a bugaboo for me. Trust me. Lafayette, what's up, brother? Laugh out loud. Nick 209. If the O-line can get Jacobs going, it can open up this offense. And what's really going to take that to happen, because it was a report that came out that talked about the Lions even admitted that they had to change their defensive scheme once Jimmy started pushing the ball down the field. And he didn't do it accurately, and he didn't do a good job of it, but they knew they had to adjust because of the weapons that we have, right? So once again, right, Aiden O'Connell, stronger arm, better accuracy. It doesn't have to be pretty, or it doesn't have to connect. We have to keep the defenses honest, and that will open it up for Josh Jacobs. We've seen it with that drive where he ran for nearly 30, 40 yards and got a touchdown. It got me too. Lafayette, it gets everybody. AOC deep vertical pass will unfree the box for Jacobs. Yep, we just covered that, and 100%. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to the most. On top of the fact that I really want, okay, I know there's been a lot of talk today about maybe Renfro getting more involved. Renfro's not going anywhere at this point. You're paying him a lot of money. Let's implement him in a true Renfro fashion. We were talking about him being overrated. I still feel in the McDaniels system, he definitely was. The system is key to everything, and the system's not necessarily going to change, but the philosophy and the style of quarterback play and the way it's expected, right? Because Bo is not going to expect these quarterbacks to be robots the way that McDaniels did. They'll let him play a little bit more freely, feel more loose, not so tense and tight. Just kind of feel the game and go with what you see. That's going to be big dividends. But above all that, I want to see some of these young guys, particularly Tyree Tucker. I really want to see this guy implemented on a more regular basis. He's got speed and playmaking ability, and we should be using that to our advantage as well. Nick 209, facts, Lafayette. Let's see. Jimmy Neutron back in the house. Let's see. Gannon was sticking up for McDaniels. Well, that doesn't shock me. And Ziegler. I don't know why. Or maybe would even say that what? Hold on. I don't know why or way. Anyway, he would even say that. A lot of these guys get put in a spot. They don't want to be the guy that just throws everybody under the bus. Look, Gannon done some great things for this organization. He came in from the Chiefs. He really, really sparked Gruden's offense, got it going. He got an MVP. He took us to a Super Bowl. And it's not his fault, even though it looks really bad on his resume of what happened in that Super Bowl. That really falls on the coaching staff. But here's the thing. Since he's left, Gannon's been very critical, like he is the godfather of the Raider Nation. And I'm just being honest. He was no Stabler. He was no Plunkett. Like, nobody to me has touched those two yet. Numbers don't matter. Numbers are just numbers. You got to have that will to win, that championship swagger that both Stabler and Plunkett had. Just my thoughts. That's what I want. I want somebody that has that swag. Period. Lafayette, we should put up 23 points or more in this game, right? We definitely need to get over the 20 mark. That's something that we need to be looking forward to right away. Hey, if you guys are still here rocking with me, which you are, we got 41 of you watching. I only got 32 likes. Do a brother a favor. If you have not hit that like button yet, jump down and hit that like button. If you have not hit that subscribe button yet, do me a favor and do the same. I know some very popular content creators are about to go live or are already live at this point, and I understand that, so I respect everybody that's rocking with me here tonight. Jimmy Neutron, let's see. Gannon was sticking up. I already read that one. Let me jump down a bit. Let's say Ramondo Aguilar, what's up, brother? Merry Christmas. You 100%, brother. Came early this year. I'm so happy the coach been fired. Dude, we are all living a Christmas moment. That's what it felt like for me, by the way, man, because I missed it. I slept right through the whole damn thing. And I woke up this morning. I have this routine. I put on my Apple Watch. I grab my phone. I go and I check the feed right away. And I was like, fired? What? Fired? What? And man, I was like, no, this ain't true. And I had to get up. I had to get ready. I had to get myself in a position where I could listen to some of these guys and see what they were saying. And I was like, it was like Christmas morning. I couldn't believe it. But it was weird because I couldn't feel like I could celebrate until I got home and got live and got with you guys. Lafayette, how many games you think we win now? The guys, I would say 8 to 9 wins. I think, that's very hard to predict. Number one, we have to wait until this weekend, and it's on a short week, right? So that's even going to be a tougher challenge. Now, not only do these guys have to come in, they've already started the process, but look, they got to put this thing together. They got to find something that they're going to present Sunday against the Giants, and we got to see how that all plays out. That's step one, and see how everybody starts to respond, not only to the coaching staff, but to the tweaks to the offense and what that may look like. Defensively, they should continue to stay the same. Everything should roll forward as planned. Patrick Graham has got them playing. I would like to see things opened up and maybe be a bit more aggressive to help things out, but it's hard to say. It's truly hard to say. Let's see a couple of weeks of what we're dealing with to see what the trajectory of this team may be this year. Quite honestly, I'm not. What's cool about the rest of the season is, even as fans, we have a way out. We don't have to be so upset per se. We still want to win. It's a just win baby attitude around here. Commitment to excellence. We want to see them perform well, but they have a couple of games at least. We talk about quarters. We're starting a new quarter, the third quarter of the season. And I'm going to give them the whole quarter to make their adjustments. So if we go 0-4 in this quarter, as long as we show at the end we're playing stronger, cool. Now, do I think that we have opportunities in this quarter to make some noise? Yeah. Beat Miami, beat Kansas City, and then we'll talk. Like that to me would be a statement in itself. Lafayette, his speech touched me by both guys. No, I know they again, both guys passionate and will to win way. 100% more passion than what I have seen from McClown. You know what? And here's the thing. Yes to everything that you just said, brother. 100%. But words are just words, right? We've been told constantly since the passing of the late, great Al Davis that the greatness of the Raiders is in its future. The will to win, the flame that burns brightest is the will to win. All the good stuff that we've been hearing for years and years, things that we live by, things that I literally implement into my own daily life. I use those slogans in my own daily life, my personal walk with faith, with family, with work, with dealing with blindness, with helping others deal with blindness. I use all of those mantras, man. That's what I live by. And yes, it's great to hear them embrace it and do it so passionately and in a way that gets us all fired up. But for me, what I've learned over the past 20 plus years, and until you put that into action and you start showing that in production on the field, and we may not get that this year, right? That's what we just got done talking about. But we want to start seeing that attitude, that commitment to excellence, the just win baby attitude implemented in week-to-week play. It's just words to me. Respect it. Love to see it. And I'm rooting for these guys. They really won me today in their presser. But you're talking the talk. Now, please Finally, will someone come and walk the walk? Because that's all that matters. Mr. Raider Kid in the house. I saw your video, bro. Welcome back, bro. Like to see you up and running. Yo, what's up, Knight? What's up, Raider Kid? What's going on? Yeah, Mr. Raider Young Man. Mr. Raider Young Man 21. Good to see you, brother. What a day yesterday. Huh? Like crazy, bro. Crazy. I slept through it, but it's been a great day for me today. Lafayette, Aiden balled out in the Big Ten. Just got to give him time in the pocket. You know what, Lafayette? That was kind of the whole argument, right? You bring him in against the Chargers, you give him an opportunity. You're like, hey, kid, go do your thing. And yeah, he made rookie mistakes and he held onto the ball too long. But again, this is the McDaniels way, right? The McDaniels way is to make these guys feel like they have to be robots and do things on his timing and not letting these guys just do what they do best, and that is play football. They've been playing it since they were kids. There's a certain feel that you get for the game, and you got to play freely. Now, again, you know, he got Tom Brady. He got the greatest to do it, right? Tom Brady learned the system and was able to play that way inside the system. And you also saw them argue on the sideline a lot, right? And those were probably some of the arguments. Aiden's going to have an opportunity now to start again and to start long term so he could start building that relationship with his teammates, get some continuity going and really kind of putting things forward in his future and kind of maybe put himself out there. Maybe there's more to Aiden that we even got to see in preseason, and it's going to be fun to watch. It's definitely going to be fun to watch. But the fact that he'll be able to play freely, that's going to be exciting for this whole team in general to have that pressure. Not you don't got no one looking over your shoulder. Run your route, get open, track the ball, make a play. It's going to be really intriguing this weekend. I'm pretty excited. D. Nightwalker, the thing that makes me agree. Hold on. Whew. I think I'm getting a cold too, which I got to beat because I'm supposed to be going to Florida in 2 weeks. The thing that makes me agree that Carr had to go is looking at all the better quarterbacks we could have had if the Raiders weren't waiting for Carr to get to the next level. Remember just year in and year out that we were sitting there waiting for John Gruden to drop that hammer. And I know that everybody talks about the relationship now. He was over there on the sideline, with the Saints in the offseason and working things out. And I mean, look, all of that's great, but I don't think he fully bought into the idea, and he always kept that door open. So, the thing is like, I don't want to make it about this man, but I wished him the best. I think he's in a good situation if he could figure it out. But if you look at what's going on, it looks a lot the same. It looks really familiar what's going on in New Orleans right now. D. Nightwalker, the thing that, okay, I already read this. Could have done the Raiders get to the next level. I did read that. Lafayette, let's see. Let me see if I can say this name right, because I did look this guy up. Penix, but Caleb and Rattler could be great for us too if AOC doesn't work out, but I think he will. In the big scheme of things, and I don't worry, Lafayette, I know exactly what that was. I do that mistake all the time with the EILL instead of the W. But here's the thing: regardless of what Aiden puts out there, the rest of this season, I'm all for going and getting one of those quarterbacks anyway. I mean, pick your poison, dude. And maybe you don't have to, if Aiden shows you a bit more than we expect, or that I should say I expect, I don't know what you all expect, then, maybe you don't push your way up to get the number one, number two guy. Maybe you're in a position where you just pick, there's like 10 good ones coming out. Create some quarterback competition, make it your goal, right? There, Peyton Manning's, I don't know if it's his son, right? What's his name? I know it's another Manning that's getting ready to start next year in college, right? Maybe you wait and make your move then. I don't know. Look, maybe you go and get a Deion Sanders. That's been brought up several times, and I heard a conversation that happened about it today, and it kind of made sense in a small way. I don't think Deion leaves that easily, but if he has an opportunity and he brings his kid with him, look, at this point, nothing we do can be as bad as what we just got done witnessing, in my opinion. So I'm up to see something happen, period. That's positive. Burkay Raider, what's up, brother? Haha, yeah, go Raiders. Much love. Okay, haha, yeah, go Raiders. I love it. Let's see, Deep H2O V1. Champ worked for the Broncos. Yeah, he also spent some time in Chicago. And let's see, and helped clean up that mess up after McDaniels was fired there. So, he's been here before. Yeah, he said several times too. How ironic that he has to clean up after McDaniels yet again. And again, look, all that's fine and dandy, all that's fine and great, and everybody's resume is going to be what their resume is. And just like I was saying about the presser today and how they presented themselves, and really, they did a great job of winning us over. Let's be honest, right? They said all the right things. They were fired up. They were straightforward and honest, and all that's great. But like I just got done saying, man, the talk is one thing, the action is another. I'm ready for action, man. I'm all about that action, boss. Remember when Marshawn Lynch was talking about, I'm all about that action, boss. That's what I'm about right now, right? That's what I'm about right now. I'm about that action. I need to see it on the field, not through a microphone. That's my job. I got the microphone. Lafayette. Look at Josh. Look at Josh Goff. He isn't mobile, but very. Oh, you're talking about golf. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Not very mobile, but very accurate. And again, this is what we need to see, right? And he got good offensive players. Let me see. We could do the same with Aiden or for Aiden. And again, I agree, but would you say that Goff is that dude? Would you say that Goff is that guy? I know they're doing well with the Lions and stuff this year, and he actually made a statement last year, and I know he took the Rams to a Super Bowl. But look, if Aiden can show that he can move the pocket and throw from many different levels and be mobile enough and play freely, and it's really the biggest key for a quarterback is getting the ball out quickly and being extremely accurate. And he's shown that he can be both of those things. Now, he can get better at that week in and week out and show that he could launch the ball from any part of the field and be mobile enough, then okay. But I would even argue to still say, whether or not we see that or not, he's all we got. We need quarterbacks anyway. So might as well just go ahead and draft one, really create some competition and bring the best out of everybody. Because we got Aiden O'Connell, we got Brian Hoyer, and we got Jimmy freaking G, right? We need more quarterbacks anyway. So regardless, I think we need to go and make a move and get some competition and really try to lock down that position for the future, period. Fire bro, coaches like Harbaugh ask for full power. This is what I was talking about earlier, Fire bro. This is one of my worries, my concerns, right? Lengthy contracts and guaranteed money. This is something to keep an eye on. Just like Gruden and McD, give Pierce a legit chance, or bring in something fresh. And this is where I'm rooting for Pierce, and this is where I'm rooting for a guy like Bo Hargree to really come in and start to implement maybe his. This is an opportunity for Bo too, right? He has an opportunity to come in here, take something that's been implemented for a year and a half, that's been dull and boring, and a lot of these guys don't like feeling like robots. A lot of our star core players outside of Jacoby Myers who came up in this system don't feel like they can play the way that they've always played. Play freely, be loose, go out there and make plays, and get on the same page as their quarterback. Because that's the other thing we've got to understand, right? So we got a lot of things develop, but I am rooting for them. And I really liked what you said, Fire Bro, because you're hitting the nail right on the head of how I feel about Harbaugh. There's a pedigree there. There's a winning pedigree there. That intrigues the hell out of me. And if Mark really wants to go that route again and pay that money, and this is what I don't know, is he going to be a little gun shy and hope that he can maybe buy some time to get out of some of these contracts, let a few years expire, and give a guy like Pierce a chance. Pierce has to prove it, though. Bo has to prove it. Patrick Graham could still prove it and be a part of this football team, right? Or Pierce, on top of everything else, could start putting out a game plan together of who he could bring in that he truly thinks that can fix this whole thing up. There's a lot we got to talk about. I got a list going of some people that I want to talk about moving forward. Rodney Jackson, Penix is good, but do we draft another player with a history of injuries? Again, you got to let this play out. Like, I know that's been the biggest talk. I've been watching the kid. He has an opportunity. He's in a better situation, and he's proven himself. The injuries have happened. Could he be prone to that? Look, there's a lot of different quarterbacks, a lot of different attributes. At this point, we just need to bring in competition. Hopefully, Aiden shows us enough to where we don't put as much pressure on that moving forward, right? Let's bring some competition. Let these guys battle it out for a few years. Lafayette. Well, there is a lot of good quarterbacks in this draft, 100%. And all we're looking for is to create opportunity and create competition. That's what we're looking for. We got to find a quarterback, and I don't think we can escape this draft or even the first round without taking an opportunity to find that one. We need a quarterback. Dark, salute. Jason, salute right at you, brother, man. Welcome. Fire Bro at Dark, salute. Dark saying, what's up? Jimmy Neutron. I hope Tom Brady becomes involved somehow with the franchise. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's part of the problem, to be honest with you. Maybe the future manager. Again, like we are freeing ourselves, at least I am, and I only speak for myself, and I know there's probably a lot of brothers up in here that are going to feel the same way. We felt a certain way about the Patriot way. I never liked the term the Patriot way, simply because all coaches, all coordinators, all these people go to these different teams and they bring in their old players. But yeah, because we had GMs and head coaches and all these things from the Patriots, it really started targeting too much Patriot. Now, let's find out where Tom Brady really sits, right? Was Tom Brady finally the one that actually told Mark, dude, yeah, this guy's a joke? If it is, respect where respect is due. And again, this guy was the greatest quarterback to play the game. There's something to be said that he needs to prove himself that he has the knowledge. Just because he could play the position, I don't want his arrogance to ruin what we got right now, which is an opportunity to recreate the old Raider way. Laugh out loud. I don't want any more parts of the Patriot experience, but that's just me. And that's kind of where I'm at too, Lafayette. Kind of like you're seeing it fall apart now. I mean, it would be kind of funny to see him just be the whole reason the Patriots were successful, I guess, and bring that over to us. I mean, I guess, but I mean, at this point, I'm kind of done. Dark. I agree with your statement at Fire Bro. Yeah, 100%. Mr. Raider Kid. I really feel good about this next few weeks. It's going to be interesting for sure. Now I was really, hold on. It jumped on me, bro. I'll get right back to it. These next few weeks, I was really ready to throw in the towel on this season. It's just been that hard to watch. Fact. But I hope that these guys really start to play with passion. And above and beyond all of that, right? They actually, again, just like we do when we sit here and talk about the football team, these players got a way out. These coaches, they're not guaranteed these jobs. They all know it, all of them, every single one of them, right? Antonio Pierce knows that he has an opportunity here. So you're going to get 100% out of this man. He's going to try to get 100% out of these guys, right? Same with Champ Kelly and guys like Patrick Graham and Bo Hargree, right? They're going to be fighting for an opportunity to continue this into next year. It rarely happens, but it's a possibility. But they all have a way out because they're not guaranteed shit. Like there's nothing on the line for these guys, man. They can go out and just let it all hang out, man. Pause if needed. And just play. And that could bring some beauty. But if it don't, they could sit and be like, we tried. And all the excuses are already built in. So very interesting situation these pro athletes find themselves in. Burkay Raider, hopeful optimism. Always. I'm always optimistic. My glass is always half full, not half empty, ever. That's the way I live my life on a daily. Numbers are starting to drop. That must means that everybody has jumped over to see the guys that run this stuff, I guess. That's all good, though. 29 of you are still in here rocking with me. 42 likes. I appreciate every single one of you. We'll be wrapping up here pretty shortly, but I'm going to keep this thing going for a little while longer. D the Sum, what's up, brother? What's up, man? What's up, nation? All right, cool. Fire, bro. At Dark, thumbs up. We got Raider Pete back in the house. What's up, Raider Pete? Aiden, let's see. Aiden cab launch it? Or I'm going to say can, right? Aiden can launch it nicely. Nicely for the 50-50s. No, he truly can. And he's shown that he can do it, and he's shown that he's fairly accurate. He's one of the most accurate guys that I've seen in a while. So I'm excited to see it kind of all come together. Tragedy turned triumphs back in the house. What's up, brother? It doesn't change our situation, but we can all stay. We all can stay. The Patriots era is finally over. Tuck Rule 2.0. D the Sum. Can they cut Bolden now? You know what? He brings a lot from the special team perspective, but I can, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this, okay? My bold prediction moving forward, right? D the Sum. This will be Curtis Bolton's last year in the NFL. Lafayette, right on the Patriots way. Right on that Patriots way. Ain't us at all. It just ain't us at all. We need that old Raider way back, brother. Lafayette, McDaniels trying to give us an identity crisis, dude. Like, dude. Like it's bad. Like I've never seen anything like that in all the years that I've watched. We've seen some bad coaches. We've seen some bad quarterback play. We've seen some gnarly stuff, man. But let me tell you what. He's got these guys thinking they have to be robots and execute. Like he's coming over for some like Navy SEAL type stuff, bro. Like, nah, dude. These guys, it's a game. And at the end of the day, you're going to get the most out of a player that can just play football freely. Let's see. It wasn't, man. It was one of our biggest mistakes. Fact. Lafayette. I was never a fan of it. Nope. Raider Pete's in the house. I wish I was a fly on the wall in the room during the firing. I hope someone recorded it and it plays later. Announcement to the team. My gosh, dude, it was probably like the celebration on Endor at the end of Return of the Jedi. That's the way that I picture it. Lafayette, I am an old school Raider, 47. I got you beat a little bit, Lafayette, but I'll let's see if anybody can guess my age. Lafayette, AOC, the Mad Bomber #2 could possibly be. He has an opportunity and you see what he can make of it. He's been a guy that's persevered his whole life in his whole football career, collegiate career, and now he has an opportunity to do it again on the NFL level. It's going to be interesting to see. Sam Tanaka, what they said, the OC was Aiden's. Hold on. Oh, was Adam Gase's assistant. I wasn't enthused. Hopefully he does well. Sometimes it's not always about who you worked for, right? When you're just looking for opportunities to get into the league. So he worked under Adam Gase. Fine. You know, it's a Patriot background, right? But let's be honest, right? This is his opportunity to implement himself into the NFL, to implement his philosophy. Sure, is he going to probably take some things that he learned along the way? Yeah, you know, but if he tries to be a retread, then, you know, at least we only have to deal with it for 8 or 9 games. John Jarvis, let's see, Spillane had his broken right hand surgically repaired yesterday in LA. Keep him in your prayer, or keep him in your thoughts and prayers, everyone. 100%. You know, I really like Spillane. A lot of people gave him a crap, and I'm not going to say that I was doing cartwheels for the man, but I was pretty optimistic, especially after the reports came out with the kind of leader he was, and he's proven to be. He's a Raider-esque player, bro. Burkay Raider, appreciate your views. Now I appreciate you, man, and thank you for the videos. No, thank you guys for watching, man. This is us, not I, right? This is why I try to read as many comments as I can, because I really do believe that this is us. This is the Raider Nation, and I'll be honest. There's going to be a time where thoughts have to come out, and I'll have to talk a little bit more. But you guys pretty much lead the conversation the way it needs to go anyway. But if I have something planned to say, I'll just make sure to say it, and hopefully, as the channel grows, it'll get harder. But I will always make this as much a part of the show as myself. So thank you, brother. Let's see, new. See how it goes. 100%. Lafayette. Hey, how long is Spillane out? A lot of the times they could put a cast on that and they could play right away. So we'll have to wait and see what type of surgical procedure it was. Maybe a few weeks before he could actually start banging it around. Fire bro, AOC needs to protect the football. That's the biggest thing, right? And move his legs inside the pocket. He needs to slide around, be a little bit more aware. And I think that not having McDaniels in his head might help him do so. That Charger game scared me. And again, there's a lot that went into that, Fire bro, right? Like, this was his first opportunity. He was probably nervous. He knew the offensive line hadn't been playing that great. He didn't know what his run game was going to do. Did he make some serious mistakes? Yeah, but I really saw him loosen up in that second half and started to make plays in the fourth quarter. So I hope that we get a different Aiden O'Connell Sunday. But here's one thing that we need to look forward to. Whether or not we get something different Sunday or not, the fact that we'll be seeing him week in and week out, we need to start judging him week by week and making sure that needle's moving forward, just like we've been doing this whole time with the defense and offense. Ronnie Jackson, maybe we will use our young talent now. And that's the thing. I really want to see more of Tucker, especially on the offensive side of things. Tucker, Mayer, get them involved. Start using some of their skill set. From a defensive perspective, I don't want to rock the boat too much, but, we'll wait and see how that all plays out. Lafayette, Shield, 51. Close. I'm not as old as you think, but yeah, I'm older than you. Let's see if that helps, brother. Dodgers, everything. Raiders, you bet, brother. It is time to be joyful. John Jarvis, Spillane will probably play. He's a beast. Like, yeah, if he could put a cast on that thing and play, he will definitely be out there. Sam Tanaka, no interceptions would be awesome next game. No turnovers, period, except from the defensive side of things, man, for sure. Salute at Tanaka. Looks like I'm catching up to the chat. I'm hearing the noise, but I'm not seeing anything new pop up. Oh, maybe it did. Dark, salute. Okay, yeah, it's Dark saying salute. Jason is 25. I'll take it, bro. Dude, hey, Dark's nailing it now. Dark's scoring points with me. Nah, to keep things real, people should kind of know. I mean, I'm 49. I just turned 49 in September. So I'm on that road to 50, y'all. So I'm actually doing this whole fit for 50 thing where I'm trying to get myself back to my younger years. It helps inspire some of these kids, but I can't do it at the weight and physical condition I was in. So I'm on that grind right now. I'm grinding hard. Sam Tanaka, salute to Dark. All right, guys, I think we wrapped it up. I know there's some other shows on. If you guys want, oh man, we've jumped back up to 31. Let's see, how long have I been on? Let me check the clicker here. Wow, I've been live for almost an hour and 20 minutes, dude. That's crazy. Congrats, Jason. Congrats to you, bro. I mean, you guys are awesome, man. I love doing this. I love what you guys bring to the table week in and week out. You still look young. Keep telling me that, Dark. Keep telling me that, man. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling younger lately. But to be quite honest, I have a lot of medical issues that I deal with. Outside of the sight loss thing, I have Crohn's disease. I don't know if anybody knows what that is or knows anybody that has it because it's been that way. Smack that like. Thank you, Dark. Everybody, smack that like. If you're here and have not yet hit that like button, let's run it up. We're at 48. Let's try to get to 50 before I cut it loose. It's only 2 more likes. But yeah, man, like, Crohn's disease, it really set me back a lot, and it plagues me even to this day. I'm trying to actually avoid surgery right now. So, I got this trip I'm trying to hang in there for. I got a couple of appointments in late November. Hopefully I can avoid a lot of that stuff. But yeah, man, getting old is no joke. I'm already work 6 days a week. Hell yeah, bro. I honestly, I'm right there with you. Sundays are my day of rest, but I literally put in 6 days a week. John Jarvis, have you tried? Whoop, 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 whoop. Have you tried cannabis oil? Yeah, I have. I have done some of the oil. I don't do it religiously. But the cannabis oil was actually one of the things that didn't affect me. But cannabis in general, I'm actually allergic to it. But the oil, no. But the THC or the smoke, yeah, bro, it jacks your boy up. Fire, bro. Good show, Night. Thank you, bro. Keep it up. A lot of love right back at you, man. Fire, bro, I really do appreciate you. I know you've been following some of the independently blind stuff. At least you pop in there and say what's up, man. You've been a great supporter, man. I have a lot of respect for you, bro. Hang in there, Jason. Always, bro. I'm always going to push forward. Like I said, glass is always half full. Always. Ronnie Jackson, appreciate your show. Appreciate you, Ronnie. My niece. There we go. My niece have Crohn's. Prayers for you, bro. Yeah, I've had it for 25 years. I've already had one surgery. It's not fun, man. And I watched my wife right after we got together go through something more horrific. But it dealt with the intestines as well. And I think that's what scares me the most. But she's been a rock. She powered her way through it. Can you imagine, guys? Look, my wife went almost a year and I think it was like a year and 8 months without food, bro. She had to be on this thing called TPN. I had her hook her up to TPN and fluids for over a year, nearly a year and a half plus before they had to go in and fix her intestines, dude. Nobody will be tougher than my wife, in my opinion, dude. She showed out. J.O., what's up, brother? Mark has had 8 head coaches in 12 years. Will he get it right with coach number 9? I have my doubts. J.O., you have every right to have your doubts, bro. You know I always appreciate you and what you bring to the show. So, yeah, I agree with you. And you have every right to have doubt. But at least the man is willing to admit his mistake, right? He could have kept this thing going for a whole nother year like we've been hearing. But he cut it short. It's his money he's losing, bro. It's coming out of his pocket. This doesn't affect the team whatsoever, just his ability in his daily life, right? He has to pay this money. And you just got to hope that most people in life, when they make mistakes, the idea is to learn from it, grow from it, and get better. So hopefully we can see that come from Mark, because you can't blame the guy for trying, dude. The guy is out there trying to hustle it out. Shout out to the real ones. Mikey. Oh, wow, man. You're going deep on this one. Mikey, John, Byron, and of course, Jason. I appreciate you, Fire Bro, man. Those are all my boys. Dark. Wow. Lafayette. All right, y'all. I am out. Take care, Night. You take care, dude. Peace, Raider Nation. Lafayette, have a great evening. We'll hopefully be back tomorrow. Dark, she's a tough woman. Do you have no idea? She's a personal trainer, and she's back working out. She's training somebody right now. You and your wife have our unconditional. Sorry, bro. We have your unconditional support, Jason. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I think there's even a video that goes way back, probably to 2018, where I popped on a quick live. I was having a bad night. I was drinking some wine, to be honest with you. Asking for prayers for her back in 2018, man. And a lot of people showed up and really supported me back then. So I appreciate that as well. J.O., you've taught me a lot about optimism, bro. Hey, I appreciate it. Much, much, much love, bro. Much love to you, J.O. Man, we got to keep each other balanced, brother. You got to keep coming and bringing your thoughts. It's not even negativity, man, because it's real shit. You're talking real shit. You're not trying to BS nobody. It's the fact, right? He's had 12 coaches. We're going on again. Like, again, we got to see the change, but I'm optimistic. I believe that he loves the Raiders. I believe that he loves his dad's legacy, and I know he wants to build his own. But yeah, it's at the point, dude. He's got to get something right, J.O. He's got to get something right. All right, man. This is it. Calling it a night, but I appreciate you, J.O. I'm glad you made it live. Thank you for being here. Dark, my boy, you already know, dude. I appreciate you and everything that you bring to the show already. Lafayette, appreciate you. Right, Fire Bro, we've already said my words, man. You already know how I feel. I appreciate you. Rodney Jackson, thank you so much. Let's see. We have John Jarvis. Thank you for being here and participating tonight. All right, Raider John, my boy, you already know, dude. Much love and respect. Sam Tanaka, right back at you, brother. Let's see. We got John Jarvis. We got that one. Dodgers, everything. Appreciate you, brother, for participating tonight. Rodney Jackson, thank you so much for being here, bro. Appreciate you. Let's see. Burke Raider, dude, right back at you, bro. Nick 209, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here as always, Nick. Much love. Let's see. Who else we got? As we roll this thing down, let's get it. Raider Pete was back in the house tonight. Thank you for participating, Raider Pete. Much love, much respect. Tragedy turned triumph. Good to see you back in here, bro. Much love, much respect. We had D the Sum, another longtime follower of the channel. Dude, I appreciate you. I'm so glad that when I see you in the chat. Let's see. Let's go. I'm trying to get faster at this as I remember everybody. Mr. Raider Kid was up in the house tonight. If you guys have not subbed to Mr. Raider Kid, he's been around a long time. He's not so much a kid anymore. He started off as a kid, became a man. I met him out in Oakland one day. It was awesome meeting up with him. Let's see. Jimmy Neutron, thank you for all your participation tonight, bro. I really appreciate you. Let's go. Appreciate everybody that was here tonight. If I missed you, trust me, it wasn't on purpose. Let's see. Deep HTO V1, I appreciate you. Burke Raider, always. Let's see. Keeping it going. D Nightwalker, of course, my boy. I appreciate you, D Nightwalker. Let's see. I got Raider John. I had Mr. D Nightwalker. Let's see. Whoa, I think I missed one. Raider 7528 was in the house. I don't want to miss my boy. He's been a long time follower too. So Raider 7528, I appreciate you. Let's go. Raiders, Ronaldo Aguilar, appreciate you, bro. Thank you for being here and participating tonight. And I think I'm running out of time, but you guys already know. Till next time, stay Raiders. Ray Gonzalez, I don't want to forget you either, Ray. I appreciate you. Robert Pena, I want to give you a big shout out for all your love and support. Keep supporting content creators. We're all one family. We're all one nation. We might have different looks and different views, but I think that kind of helps us shape our own opinions as we move forward. But anyway, y'all stay Raider strong. I'll see you guys soon. Until then, night out.